Welcome back to implementation of our pizza shop Pizzato. If you haven't watched our previous video of implementing the following UI from our Cloudflare store, please quickly watch it cause the following video is going to be more exciting once you have implemented the following thing. But before that, if you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe cause this channel shall provide you premium and quality content having some real projects of Flutter. We shall be helping you in your internships and some real startups. So in this video, we are going to implement the following business things. So for that, if we observe under our middle helpers, we will be needing one more widget. So let's create that widget first. So under our middle file, we had simply implemented the following thing. So we can simply come down here and have one more widget. So here I will be simply writing one more widget. Now let's name the following widget to be data business. So under this, we will be simply having a build context to be a context. Also a string for a collection. Under our following widget, we will be simply returning a container. So let's have a container. So under this container, we will have some dimensions and a height of 400. Also a child for a future builder. So for future builder, I will be simply writing FUTUR, the usual stuff. Also let's have a provider from our manage data method. So here from off, I will be simply writing manage data. So I will be simply listening to false. And from this, I will be simply writing fetch data. And also let's provide the collection from the argument as well. Alright, we don't need any initial data. So under our return statement, let's remove this and have our loading animator to it. So for loading thing, we can simply go up under our implementation of our previous video and here copy the if statement from here and paste it here, easy as that. So after this, we will have our else block. So under this else, we are simply going to be returning a list view builder. So here I will be simply writing list view builder. So item count, what's item count? It's going to be from snapshot.data. From this data, I will simply getting the length, easy as that. Alright, semicolon here. So under the return statement, we are simply going to be returning a container. So under this container, we are going to be having a child to be a row. So here I will be simply have a child to be a row. Let's have some alignment to it for a space evenly. So here I will be simply writing main axis alignment for space evenly. Let's have some children to our entire row. For a child to our entire row, the first children is going to be a column. So here I will be simply writing a column. Let's have some alignments to our column as well. So after having the following alignments, let's have children to our column. So the first children under our column is going to be the text. So here for having the following text, I can simply go up and simply copy the entire text. Remember one thing, we need to save our time. So under our text, the entire thing is going to be same. So I will simply decrease the font size from here. Also let's make the following font to be for a bold one. So once the following thing is done, after having the following container, we can have other attributes as well. For other attributes, we will simply have other text for a category of all the pizza or pasta. So under this, I will simply have a category entity and here I will have some different color of cyan. Let's have some lower font weight. So for font weight, I will be simply writing W200. Let's have some higher font size of 18. Cool. So after having the following text, we will have one more text for the price, that is the discount rate, that is not price. So here under this, I will be simply writing not price. Also we will have some decoration to our text. So let's have some line through our entire text. Okay, text decoration for line through. So we can simply copy our text one more time and paste it here. But instead of this, we will have our price. But let's do one thing, that is instead of simply having the following text, let's wrap our text under a row. So under this row, first of all, we will have an icon for rupees. So here I will be simply writing font as some icons dot rupees. Let's have some size to it. So I will be simply writing size of 10. So let's have some higher font weight to it, that is font size to it. Also some color of black. Cool. So after having the following row, we will have one more thing remaining, that is about the image. But the image is going to be under a different column. So once the following column shall be ending up, which is right here, we will have one more column. So for that, I will be simply writing a column. But we have only a single element. So instead of having a column, I will be simply using a size box. So under this size box, I will have a height, let's say of 200. Also let's have a child for image. So for here, I will simply writing image from network, and from the source, I will be simply copying the following snapshot thing and paste it here. And instead of this, I will be simply wrapping under an image. Alrighty, easy as that. So once everything is done, let's have some decoration to our entire container. So for decoration, I will be simply using the decoration that we have used in our previous video. So for that we can simply go up. Okay, so here we have our decoration. So I can simply copy the decoration from here, and where the following thing is appearing. So here I can simply paste the decoration. So format document first. So now let's try it out on our actual screen. So here we can simply go under our home page. So here, after having the following media helpers, we will have one more widget from our media helpers for our data business. And for the collection, I will be simply writing collection of business. Let's try it out. Alright, integer is not a subtype of string. Okay, I forgot about mentioning for a not price to be a string. And similarly for price, some common things. Alright, so we have both of our data here. We don't want a decoration to our text here. Let's increase some font size of our entire name, and after that we will have some font weight to our category as well of bold. Let's have some bigger font size of 22. Alright, so after that we have very fainted thing here. So instead of that, let's have weight of 500. Cool. Also let's increase up some size of our icon. Also let's have some bigger icon. Alright, so as all of these things is done, you may observe that these things are bigger one. So I can simply wrap under a padding. Cool, so it is stand up. So also simply refactor the following padding under a gesture detector. The usual stuff. Which on tap for now does nothing. So we have this data here. But you know what? Both of the things are looking more weird because this thing is more big. This is quite small. So after having this following thing, we will be needing one more text of the following heading of the following category. So for that we can simply go up under a following text field, simply copy this, come down. Alright, so here let's paste it once, and here we will have one more text for business, and here I will be simply writing business lunch. So after having this, we can go back under our home page. Let's copy this, paste above here, and here let's have some data business thing. Alright, so we have our heading here of business lunch. Now let's do one thing, that is give somewhat spacing between them. Cool, look is more cool now. So after having this category, we will be also requiring one more thing, that is about the following floating action button. So for floating action button, I will be creating one more file for the footer. So here I will be simply writing footer.dart, and under this I will have a one more class for footers, which will be extending our change notifier. So here I will be simply writing change notifier. Okay, I used two things. Move under our main.dart file, copy this thing, paste it one more time, and instead of this we will have our footers. Cool. So under our footer we are going to be having a widget for the floating action button. So here I will be simply writing a floating action button. It will be simply taking a build context to be a context. So under this we will be simply returning a floating action button, which on press shall be doing nothing for now. So the following floating action button will be simply having a child to be an icon, and for the icon I will be simply using Eva icons. So here I will be simply writing Eva icons dot shopping bag. So under our home page we can simply have our floating action button to our scaffold. So here I will have floating action button from footers, and from this I will be simply using a floating action button. Cool, so we have our floating action button here up and ready. So after having these changes, we can simply go under our middle file for our business thing. Where it is? Okay, it is down here. So if you observe here, we have our thing here. So first of all, I will be simply having some padding to my container from left side. Alright, so after having this, we are going to have one more thing, that is about navigating the user from the home page to his detail page. So here, for that I will be simply creating one more file under my views folder for detailed screen. So here I will be simply writing detailed screen.dart. So under this I will be simply returning a stateful widget. So under this I will be simply writing a class name, let's say detailed screen. Instead of container, let's have a scaffold. So for texting purpose, let's have some app bar to our entire scaffold to be an app bar. Here it will have a title to be a text. Alright, let's leave it empty for now. Cool. Anything here? So now we need to find a way so that after pressing over any particular favorite item or any business item, the user shall be getting navigated to its next screen. So for that I will be simply creating a new final variable for a query document snapshot to be a query document snapshot, let's pass it between a constructor. So for that I'll be simply writing this dot query document snapshot. So now we can simply do one thing, that is go under our middle. Let's try it out for favorite dishes. So here we can simply go up. Remember our gesture editor? Exactly. We are going to navigate the user with the help of gesture editor. So for that I can simply write here navigator dot push replacement, and under our push replacement we are going to have a route which is our page transition itself. So under the page transition, alright, semicolon, it will have a child to be a detailed page, that is detailed screen. It will be taking a parameter of query snapshot, but first of all let's have a type to be a page transition type of anything, let's say top to bottom or any sort of thing. So now we can simply do one thing, that is have the parameter of query snapshot, and here we can simply grab out the snapshot data. So for that I can simply enter snapshot dot data. From this I will be simply sending the index of any particular item. Cool. So now under our detailed screen, if we simply check our widget data by using widget dot query snapshot, and from here I will be simply checking the name. Cool. Let's test it up. So now after pressing over any of the following thing, let's say tomato and beacon, you can see we are now navigated to our next page. But also let's reload our application once and test it out. Alright, our application is loaded one more time. So now let's try it out for pepperoni garlic. So after pressing over this, we are now navigated to our detailed screen, that is we are now successfully navigating with particularly for catching up the index, that is a query document snapshot. So this was all about for today, that is we have implemented the following UI which looks very cool for now. The only thing is remaining is changing about the font of the following thing. Now do one thing, that is simply comment out any of your favorite font under a comment section, and I will be simply using the font for the comment which has the maximum likes. So my friends, this was all about for today, and if you need some further updates about the posting of my next video, you can surely connect me on my Instagram where I am the mostly active on. So with that said, please hit that like button and share this video among all of your friends and network. And with that said, I will see you in the next one while implementing some detailed section of our entire favorite dishes and business lunch. So I will see you in the next one while implementing our Pizzato. Till then, eat pizza. Goodbye.